lock up in, I'm your number one fan. Showtime. Hit me with that backstage passing, you love, you love, you love. Showtime. Let's make it spectacular, spectacular. Showtime, baby, it's showtime.
Hard work and dedication, no days off. You gotta go get it, cause they ain't gonna give it to you. We never have our hand out, we have our planned out. We don't ever try to fit in, cause we already stand out. I am your host, Hollywood Mac, joined by my brother.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It's your boy Ty Lamar, man. You know what I'm saying? Rock the Rider, Todd, Rock. You know what I'm saying? Whatever alias y'all want to call me, man. I'm cool with that, man.
Yes, sir. And today on the Vision Podcast, man, we got a nice special guest, man. You know, he's a father, a son, a brother, an actor, a film producer, a film director. He directed movies such as Bartenders, Pure, Pure 2, Gas Station, Conflicted, Hunger Pains, Pure Finesse, and the new feature on Tubi, doing numbers on Tubi right now, Intrusive. Countless music videos. He's also a phenomenal music artist and a producer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vision Podcast, A.K. Reed.
Appreciate you, man, for having me.
Man.
Yes, sir.
That was
yes,
a hell of an intro. You know, I appreciate that.
Oh, man, no doubt, man. Listen, man, appreciate your time, man. You know, you've been doing
I've been working a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been working a little bit.
More than a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what we're here for.
We're
Man,
gonna
come
get
on,
into
man.
it. But before we get into the conversation, man, you know I got some funny, not funny, some different situations, man. But first, y'all ready to pod? Y'all ready to get this going, man? Y'all
ready
energy up?
I'm ready to pod, man.
All right, cool. So, first things first, man. This weekend. Well, how was your weekend? You went to school?
My weekend was good, man. It was peaceful. It was laid back.
All right.
You know what I mean? You know, a lot of times, you know what? I can't even remember what happened on the weekend, but I had a good weekend.
Or your life is just that out of control. You can't even. You just, you know what I mean?
I be moving and grooving, man.
Sometimes I don't even know why I ask you stuff, man. I don't even know why I ask you because the answer is just gonna be so over the top and so exclusive. You understand?
Oh,
How was your
man.
weekend, man?
It was good, man.
Cool.
Spent a little time with the kids. You know, hit the movies a little bit. Watch one of them little kid movies. And,
Word.
you know, it was cool. No drinking.
Okay. My weekend was interesting, man. Yo, a midget hopped in my inbox, man. Female midget.
Little people.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Hollering at me, stripper midget.
Listen, let me ask you something.
From the
right?
town?
Is it?
Nah, not from the town. This one is from like Alabama or something. You know, and I'm gonna tell you something. You know what I mean? I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna say this. For a minute, I thought about it. Like I was like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna mess with the stripper midget, but I was saying like, could I mess with a midget? Period. And I'm like, what if the midget was cold? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What if she was a 6-figure midget doing her thing, pretty cold midget? I'm like, yo, that midget probably could give me everything that I'm missing inside of a real, like a full life, you know what I'm saying? Full-heighted woman, you feel me?
Thinking about it, I could just see a midget running down the long hallway.
But then I thought about it. I'm like, I got you as my friend. I got the kind of brother I got. I was like, y'all niggas are clown me. I was like, imagine the midget dropping me off or something like that, or I could pull up at the shop with the midget. I got to deal with Sean, Chili. I was like, nah, I can't.
It's over.
I simply,
You gotta
I
do
jumped
that.
out
You
of
gotta
that
do
thought.
that in secret.
I just visualized you walking down the street holding hands with the midget.
Yeah.
Like you walking with the baby.
That's what I'm saying. You feel me?
That ain't good.
That ain't good. That ain't a good look. But you think we should discriminate on midgets, man?
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I won't.
What if that midget was everything you needed in a woman?
Everybody
Man?
come in all shapes and sizes, man. It just depends on what you like, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, do you call them midget or do you call them little
people? That's what I'm saying. Because I think they probably like the LBGT. You got to say it right. You know what I mean? Is it dwarf? Is it little people?
You get dwarf.
Listen,
you say dwarf.
I'm
Dwarf
gonna
is
tell you.
disrespectful. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna ask you something.
I'm just saying. I don't know. You know what I mean?
You said she DM'd you?
She hit me in the inbox.
Ask her.
Yeah. All right. Ask her. Nah, I'm not. See, now you try to get me further intrigued with the midget.
Do she got a body? Well, all midgets have.
All midgets is, they say
have a.
They all got a rump. All of
Yeah.
them. You know what I'm saying? It's just them little fat midget feet and midget hands. I don't know if I
But
can get
all
past
midgets
that.
is different though.
They got an adult head.
The hands is huge. Them
They
hands
got
is
baby
huge.
feet and little.
Yo,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna do this with y'all.
Yeah. Nah, but and then two, I think I might have sent you this. I'm gonna ask AK. Okay, it's a video out right now. It happened in Philly, right? The nigga was walking up the street, jerking his swammy, man.
Oh, man.
Like, hold on, this is broad day. This is like one in the afternoon. Lady sitting on the curb.
Yeah, I remember that.
Lady sitting on like in front of her house. The man is walking up the street, jerking the swammy, and then soon as he get to old girl, he skeets on her and walks off. But hold on,
Another guy did that in the grocery store.
I was just about to get
You
into
remember
that.
that one? Yeah.
So this is like a thing, walk by swammy shots being let off.
Why?
So listen, did you see the one in the grocery store that he talking about?
I didn't see the one.
All right, so listen, I forgot. You remember what city it was in?
Nah.
All right, well, basically, old girl was in Whole Foods. Said she bent over to grab something on the lower, you know what I'm saying, lower shelf, right? Said as soon as she went down, immediately she said she felt something warm and gooey, gooey on her back.
That's wild.
Homie, Skeesa. First and foremost, I was just so overwhelmed by the control that this nigga had to have. Like, how do you just have that kind of like on demand skeet power to just shoot that joint off? Soon as soon as she bent to grab whatever chips or whatever, it was on her back.
He was working on it and he was waiting for the perfect target.
He was in the cut waiting.
Grocery store though, man. Then I got to thinking like, yo, we live in a crazy world.
These people sick.
Cause it's just imagine, I got a daughter, I got a mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what if you found out somebody, you know what I'm saying, swimmy shot?
Look, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm just asking
Don't
you,
say
what
it.
would you do
Don't
though?
say it.
I'm
Don't
going
say
to
it.
jail. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm going to prison.
I got a shot.
I got
a
man.
shot for him.
Okay, I sent you.
But listen,
Okay, go ahead.
on that same topic,
Yeah.
Designer did the same thing on an airplane in first class.
What
You
is
remember that?
about, though?
Talking about the rapper?
Yeah, he got in trouble for that.
What is that about though? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it.
We have to get him on the podcast.
Yeah. We got to ask.
People
why.
got addictions, man.
That's
You know what I mean?
serious, fam.
At the wrong places.
But then another crazy thing I seen, and then we can jump into the combo with AK. But yo, a lady was dating this dude, right? He shot her in the head, right? Went to jail for it. She lived. The man did his time, got out. They got back together. Then he killed her. So this is my question.
Wait. Is that the one where the lady signed her own death certificate?
That was that was the heading, basically saying that she signed her own deficit because she got
went along
shot,
with it. Yeah.
then got back with the dude, and then he finally, you know what I'm saying, let her have it.
That's crazy, man.
That's kind of wild, ain't it?
These people sick.
I'm like, well, why after you shoot me, there's no way I'm going back.
You know, these people, they desperate. They need attention. So like, and it's a lot of people that's antisocial. So they have to go back to what's familiar. So even though with the red flags, but it gets deeper because us men, we will stick around in toxic situations and, and the same thing can happen.
I'm being honest with you, Reed.
But that was crazy.
If somebody, if I get stabbed, because I ain't gonna lie, man, I was talking to this girl one time, you know what I'm saying, and she told me, like, just one time we went out to dinner and it was a couple red flags, and I just asked her, man. I just had to ask her. I was like, yo, how is your mental health, man? Because I just seen so many signs where I just knew that mental health wasn't right. And she said, you know what, Todd? No one's ever asked me that. It's not that good.
She told the truth.
I said, whoa. And then I said, so what happened? She said, the last boyfriend she was with went upside her head with a scented candle. You know what I mean? And then she stabbed the dude. And said that the man was in the kitchen holding his intestines. Like, I said, okay,
oh, man.
This is over with. You know what I'm saying? This is the last date. This is the last conversation.
She just didn't know that.
It's a wrap. But what I'm saying is people is out of their mind, man. Like, it's a lot of, we just live in a wild time.
I saw something on Twitter last week.
Yeah.
The lady went live, threatening a new relationship. She had a gun to dude's head, making him tell the world that he was in
I
a
seen that.
relationship with her. You seen that?
I seen that. That was wild.
Yo,
Who goes for that?
And she
though,
was
man?
she was moving that gun around too. Like
Yeah.
it could have.
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like,
Wow, man. Well, yo, let's get into it, man. Because I've been waiting for this one.
Let's
you know,
go.
I asked for this one, man.
Let's
I was
go.
like, we had to get him here, man.
let's get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Talk about it.
So first, I want to set it off with how was life for the young AK Reed like growing up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was home life like? You know, brothers, sisters.
Yeah.
You know, how was it for you growing up? You know what I mean? How was your childhood?
Life for me, it was a building process. It was to set me up for today. So I didn't have like all of the things that the normal kids would have. Like Christmases, I was playing toys at somebody else's house. So I was deprived from a lot. I lived with my grandmother. I met my moms when I was like 9 years old. Met my
Wow.
pops when I was like 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you got all these elements and you deprived it, that forced me to be creative.
Yeah.
But it didn't force me to like, because you know people use that as an excuse and they be like, okay, I'm gonna hit the block and do that. That's not what God put in me.
right.
Talk about
He
it.
put in me to do something creative. So
Yeah.
I used all of that time to build, and I was an artist. I was drawing young age too,
Yeah.
winning all type of contests and stuff like that. And I always felt like I had something to prove.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Like a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I get it.
So I was like really being birthed into having that resilient king mindset. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally moved with my moms and stuff, my mom, she was incarcerated.
Okay.
So she probably don't like to hear that story, but you know what I'm saying? Like this
It
is
happens.
real talk.
Life
I
happens.
mean,
Yeah,
life be
yeah.
lifing, man.
I embrace it
You know
though.
what I'm saying?
Because it helped made me who I am.
Yeah. Right.
So, once I moved with my moms and stuff like that, and I seen that she was like, a little unstable in the brain and stuff like that, I just knew that I had to step up and be a man early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it never made me want to hit the streets and go get a pack or nothing like that. It just made me want to be creative.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's what God gave me. So
Right.
I was in sports, drawing and stuff like that, and the music didn't come until I got out of high school.
Don't jump ahead of me.
Okay,
We gonna get there because my next question. Mike, you want to chime in on anything? You know what I'm saying?
I would just say, like, far as like we talked about it before with the generations that come after us and after that generation, like you don't have those kids that have the determination and the ambition that like you talking about.
Right.
They wouldn't be able to figure it out. They barely can
figure it out.
If they don't have their phone, they don't know what to do. You know what I mean? But the fact that you didn't turn to the streets, you didn't turn to drugs, you looked for an outlet to better yourself. You know what I mean? And that was kind of like similar to where I was, and I learned how to cut hair at 11 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just the creative side that, like you said, God give us all purpose and give us gifts.
Right.
And I was fortunate enough to find my gift at an early age.
Right.
You was fortunate enough to continue to pick up gifts along the way, because
Right.
some people have one gift, some people have multiple gifts.
Yeah.
Some people don't really find out their purpose or their gift until like they're well over in their 30s.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a
I mean,
fact.
so
That's a fact. So to my part B to that question is so like take me to like ninth grade. Like what was your? Because I like to say high school is kind of like when we kind of starting to figure things out, right?
Right.
So like, what was your vision like in high school? Did you know you was gonna start messing with the music? Did you, or was it like drawing? Like what was your main focus like going into high school?
So I was always in sports. I played basketball. I thought I was gonna go to the NBA. I just didn't know I was gonna stop growing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But and I was an artist, so going in there, I grew into my look. So I had a couple friends, and we was like little young players. The
Okay.
girl started liking me a little bit, so I was like, okay,
Okay.
this is. I realized I had curly hair. Like once I got into high school, I washed it one day, and I was like, okay, they like it.
Yeah.
So it was cool, but I never really hung with the people in high school. I kind of separated myself a little bit.
Okay.
Because it just, the vibration just wasn't there even at an early age. So I would be in a room and separate myself a little bit.
Gotcha.
But still have enough to, we could be cordial, but like, certain jokes ain't funny to me, or certain things that people was doing and everybody was following.
Right.
I never did it. You know what I'm saying?
You was quiet.
No, I wasn't quiet,
Okay.
but I just stayed true to who I was.
Right.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
dope.
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
people,
dope.
a lot of people wanted to be tough. A lot of people wanted to, you know, try to be. I didn't have to try to be popular or tough, and the teachers just naturally liked me. But again, because of how I grew up, God gave me those certain elements to keep me motivated to not do the wrong stuff.
You had certain discernments about yourself.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's dope. So like, so how many like siblings do you have? Like brothers, sisters?
I got 2 siblings on my father's side. I got a brother and a sister, and then I got 3 on my mother's side.
Okay. 'Cause I think I know Carl. That's
Yeah.
He
Los, yeah, that's my bro.
yeah. Los grew up around the corner from me.
Yeah.
I was on Mercer. I think he was on. Was that Morris or?
Yep, Morris. Yep.
Yep.
East Morris.
Yep.
We can say East Morris because they ain't there no more.
Yeah,
So I'm back.
yeah. Carl had the curly hair thing going on.
Yeah.
He had the girls. You know what I'm saying? A couple years ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
remember him in high school and stuff like that. We used to play ball together and all that. Real
Yeah.
cool dude. Yeah. Word. So part 2. Next question is how did you handle when people around you maybe tried to hinder your vision, the things that you wanted to do? Like, how did you like
As a youngin, or
as
like
a youngin,
right now?
As a youngin, and then we can go into like right now too. You know what I mean? But
Well,
as a youngin.
I didn't really have the only hindrance was my living conditions. You know what I'm saying? Like guess like, you know, when I was younger, like we was going through a lot. We was homeless and everything at points. So but when I got older, things just transformed. And then once I went to high school and I started working, I was up and running. So nobody could really hinder my vision because I was just always doing something. Unapologetic. I just get away from people, or you know, rather I had to get away from my mom's at a point.
You was tunnel vision with it.
Big time. Still is today.
Nice.
Yeah.
At what age did you get introduced to the music, or where did you like find the niche to gravitate towards that?
So my uncle, he was a drummer.
Okay.
So he played in like the little local bands and stuff like that. And I remember when I was young, I used to kind of like play the drums a little bit, and he gave me a drum set. Then I would beatbox. So I kind of got in. I just wanted to make beats. And a couple of my friends, they was rapping. And then I realized, I'm like, yo, let me learn how to rap. You know what I mean? And then once I was making the beats, and then they wasn't putting enough motivation in it, I started putting some words together. I said, hold on. And then before you know it, I started formulating a group and just took off.
Just started coming
locally.
together.
Yeah.
I mean, we collaborated a lot. You know
we had some fun.
Yeah, man, it was good old days, man. I mean, you was cold on the mic, bro. Like you was one of the ones, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially from the town, it wasn't really too many cats that I could say could rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you was, like I said, you on the beach. You was nice. You was nice with the rhyming. You know how to put. The thing about it is knowing how to put. You know how to put songs together.
Right.
That's tough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know how to do that.
And I'm gonna tell you another tough part is when you not. Again, I grew up. I was right by the street. I was on the sidewalk, so I seen everything that happened on it. It was most of the people was my best friends, so I seen everything, but I wasn't involved. So even with the rap, the easy thing for people to do is to talk about the streets.
Right.
They wear it as a costume. Yeah. It helps them create the tough image.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, so I didn't do that.
Right.
So I would just, you know, I had to be super flashy and, you know, talk about the clubs, and even if I wasn't going to the clubs, it was something I would potentially do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
you had a certain art, a certain like charisma about yourself that your delivery came off different, cadence came off different. And this is, we going back to the 90s.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to the CD. I'm like, who is that? Like, that's A.K. Reed. I'm like, who's A.K. Reed? Like, where he come from? It just was different. And as you evolved and just did different stuff, like with the film, with the music.
Don't jump ahead, man.
No, I'm just saying, he still did it because he popped in and did some soundtracks. So I'm just like, you know, he still got it. Right. He playing around with it, and you know, he not really putting it out there where you could. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just like, man, he need to put out another album.
Yo, what was that one record we had then? It's like an anthem.
This My City.
Man,
That was crazy.
yeah,
That was fire.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I had to, because once DT left,
yeah.
I was calling up to the radio stations. They was putting me on hold and all that. I had to email them, stop playing that record or I'm suing. Because they was using it for drops and stuff like that.
Yeah, they was using it for the straight, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Yeah.
Every
for the
single
station.
day, if not twice, 3
Yeah.
times a day. And it was always your voice. You may hear the end of my verse and then
Right.
you hear this, man, say that.
And we wasn't getting $1 off that.
Man, at all.
Yeah, man.
I remember you hit me up too. He was like, yo, man, what's up, man? Where my cut at? I don't even get no cut.
Man, the problem was y'all ain't called Hollywood Mac the businessman.
Yeah. We should have.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We
You know
should
what-
have.
You right.
That's
We
what
ain't know.
happens.
We
He
ain't
right.
know.
That's what he knew straight away.
For Rock?
And yeah, he knew. You know what I'm saying? Rock doing albums with everybody.
See, that's what it was. You know,
Hey, man, listen, man.
Rock
Listen.
was famous when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, we that whole era though of just the way music felt back then, it's like this. It ain't the same, bro.
It's
Like
not.
you know,
it's
like
not.
that was a real like I think we took that for granted, man. Like me and Mac talk about all the time. DT, just the whole vibe of how many dope rappers and singers it was. It was just a conglomerate of
Yeah.
people. We came up. Remember, everybody. It was record labels. You know what I mean? The town had labels, man.
Yeah.
Everybody
You know what I'm
wanted
saying?
a record
You had
label.
Hood Records. What was the Downtown Records?
Downtown Records.
What was
Unsigned
the Doobie
City,
dude? He had what was the name of
You
his
talking
label?
about the Boo.
Nah,
not
the Doobie. He had cause remember what was her name? Light skinned chick. She passed away. God bless her soul. She's
Tanya. No.
man, what's her name, man? She was
Oh, you talking about Nikki?
She was
she
singing.
was a known singer, bro.
Nikki.
I think you used to talk to her back in the day.
Why you had to bring that up?
I'm just saying. I'm just telling
You
you.
talking about Nikki? You talking about Nikki?
Was that her name? She lived over there off the Delaware area.
I don't remember.
But anyway, man, I can't believe y'all don't know the name of the label, man.
It was too many though.
Yeah,
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Everybody had a
It'll
label.
come to me. Then you had Shay. You know what I'm saying? You
Li-
had
Li-
Kid
Lilo,
Cole.
Buff
You know what I'm
City
saying?
Records.
Everybody was rocking, man. It was a
Deep-
different
Deep
time,
Thinker.
man.
Definitely was a
You
different
think
time.
That was Elijah, right?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Yep. Man, that name that's gonna bother me, man, because until I get it, but I'll reflect on it, man. So third question we're gonna go into let me see. It's a few joints I want to get. Okay. How did you stay focused when your vision changed? Meaning like, okay, you was doing music,
Mhm.
all right, and then you went into you transitioned to film. So how was that transition? Like, was it an easy transition? Did you know exactly what, or did it take a minute for you to find film and things of that nature?
So I felt like I conquered enough I could do musically. And I was losing the motivation because it was too many people starting to do music. And it was like, yo, I don't want to stand next to these people because it's a different energy.
Right.
I'm here and they here, but when you stand next to them, they don't know who's who.
Right.
I didn't have the energy to raise my say, yo, I'm better.
Right.
And we didn't have the luxuries we got now with
Right.
the websites and the social media.
Right.
So it's like, you know what? But what really helped me was I ran into this girl when I was at the grocery store. It's like, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, you know, you got your little, you got your little fake record label. She was getting at me. She's like, your little fake record label, and you're your artist, and you a rapper, and I hear it all. And I never forgot that. I said, yo, I gotta get out of this. It's not what I'm putting in. It's not giving back to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still kept all that knowledge that God gave me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that actually helped me with the transition.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, really, to be honest with you, I picked up a camera one day and I wanted to shoot my own music video. And the scenes that I shot and how I was gathering people up and telling them the concepts and stuff, I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
I just wanted a music video.
Yeah.
But when they looked at it, they was like, yo, man, this look like a movie.
Right.
So that I'm getting ideas in my head, but I'm not thinking nothing about I'm going to do a movie or I could do a movie.
Right.
Right.
This is a music video called Bartenders. I had a
Right.
song called Bartenders.
Right.
And I remember Jonesy was in the video. He had just came home. He was like, yo, man, you that nigga, man. Like, yo, that shit is a movie. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna make it a movie. Watch. And that's what I did. Yeah. And I didn't know how to make a movie. I barely knew about the camera. I was heel toeing Nate, Nathalia Jackson. That was my guy. And I it was trial and error, you know. But when I finally did it and I put out my first trailer, I remember my man Sean Fisher, he passed away. Rest in peace, Sean. He told me, he was like, yo, you found your calling. Like when I put the trailer out, and it was, I think we might have had Facebook at the time. I think it just got like introduced or whatever. And I was like, yo, maybe I did. And it felt better. It felt quiet. I didn't have to go drinking to feel like I need to rap. I you know, smoke weed or anything like that. Cause I was smoking when I was rapping, and then I stopped. I had some life-changing events in life. So I just said, yo, you know what? Smoking ain't for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, you know, when God telling you something, you gotta listen.
Talk about it.
A lot of people don't want to listen because the music too loud.
Yeah.
So I just knew, I'm like, yo, no smoking. Yeah. And then I just hit the ground. I've been running ever since.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's real dope.
There was a lot of hard work in between, though, hours, and you know what I mean, losing my brain.
You know, the funny thing is, man, like, you know, I laugh and chuckle when you said it about homegirl. She like, oh, your little music.
Yeah.
I've ran into so many, you know, when you just out promoting, like, you know, being in Atlanta, just being in different cities, like, oh, I seen your little movie, or I checked out your little show, or I see, you know what I'm saying? I see you doing good, as you know, I see you a little actor now. Like, what's with the little? Like, you can't just use the titles. And I just was like, yo, okay, you just downplaying my whole resume.
That's a fact.
Like, you still a little barber? Like,
yeah.
You still using your little clippers?
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my thing is I'm already short, so I'm like, oh, okay, I see you, little man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay, so just everything. Okay, that's what you going with it. That's my title, huh? Okay, but you know, it's just crazy how people just do that, though, just like downplay. But you know, for me, it's motivation. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna make you say, oh, I seen your big movie. You know what I'm saying? I see you doing the big podcast now. Like, you know, it just give you fuel.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So
let me ask you this. So when did you meet Duce, and how did y'all put y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all thing together?
So basically I did 2 movies. I did Bartenders, and I did a movie called Cold. It was like a fake Russian killer movie, and we had a big premiere at the Riviera. And I made about $75 when it was done. Me and the guy, we split whatever, I don't know, 150 or whatever. Right. And I pocketed $75. I'm like, yo, I spent the whole year doing all this work on a cheap computer. And this is what I got. Right. And now the movie is just dormant. We gotta invest that 75 back into trying to get some DVDs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this back in the day. So yeah. Once I got finished with that, I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm gonna go up to these car lots and stuff like that and try to beg them to do commercials for them. I do a free commercial for you so I can use that for my resume. Yeah. Type of. They wasn't trying to hear nothing. You know, I've always dressed a certain type of way and been a little bit more urban. I look like a rapper a lot.
Right.
So they didn't take me seriously. I changed my name from AK Reed to Ego Vision because I didn't want it to sound intimidating.
Okay.
I went and got a DBA and everything. I was done with shooting movies.
Wow.
So I remember Nate called me one day, and he was like, yo, man, I got the perfect person. You know, blah, 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 blah. We're going to do, you know, part 2, man. You know, I got the perfect person. So in my mind, I'm already knew I was just going to say, yeah, whatever, you know, and act like, and I just wasn't going to do nothing. He was like, Duce. He said Duce.
Right.
There's no Duces in Buffalo except for the one that everybody knew.
The Notorious. I got a story on.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stories too. You know what I mean? But so it was like, yo, man, I ran into him, and man, he said he know you, and and I'm like, this ain't the same Duce, because and Duce would say it, and everybody thought Duce was gone.
Right.
They thought he passed away in a situation that happened. So I'm like, nah, he ain't. But he definitely was talking about Duce.
Right.
And me and Duce, we chopped it up, and then we had a meeting. And the whole idea was, see, first off, I never wrote nothing. All my movies was like freestyle. You know, come up with the concept and let them improv. And when he came to the table, when we had the little meeting,
Look at that.
Right. He sat down, and I went with my spiel like, yo, I'm glad you interested and all of that. And we did our piece, man. I ain't seen you in years and all of that. And then told him like, yo, we doing a part 2 to bartenders, man, and we feel like you can provide a lot just with your popularity, your image, and he was like, cool. Then he was like, yo, well, I write a little bit too. And I'm like, I didn't want to hear that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm like, okay, all right. He's like, yo, you mind if I read something to you? And pulled out a piece of paper. I mean, not a paper, the little booklet or whatever notebook he had.
Little booklet, huh?
Little booklet. Here we go. Oh, man, it's gonna be like the pause thing, ain't it? Gotta say pause. And then he started reading the intro to Pure One. So as he's reading it, I'm seeing the movie. Like, I'm a visionary. I know this is the Vision podcast. That's why I'm glad I'm on here. I got it on my neck.
Let's go.
Visionary. So I'm seeing the movie. I'm seeing it play out. Totally against what I wanted to do. But I'm like, yo, that's the opening scene to the movie that we gonna do. I don't even think he was finished writing the script. He didn't. Because he was trying to make it a book. You know what I mean? And he just decided to read that to me. So in the process, he didn't complete the book, and he didn't have no script. So after he read it, I was just like, yo, bro, you gotta learn how to do this, bro. We gotta do this now. So he ended up coming up with the book first, or I don't know if it was a script first, but we got it done. We got it done. Yeah. So, and after that, that was all she wrote. Was you in 1 or 2?
Both.
Yeah, you was in both. Yeah.
I remember that because it was, I don't know if that was the first time me and you actually did something together where it was me, you, Duce, and Fonz.
Right.
And Duce read the first few lines off of Pure out of his notebook, sitting on the stairwell, and I'm like, man, that's definitely.
Where was we at? Because it was so much.
We was on.
It was in the studio.
No, we was off of Genesee. I don't know if it was not Zenner. It was one of them crazy streets, Theodore or something like that.
Oh, I remember it was a photo shoot, right?
It started out in Kenmore. We was doing a photo shoot.
That was in Kenmore.
And then we went because Fonz was trying to do his documentary.
We shot something for that.
Yes.
We shot. I forgot about that.
So while we were shooting, Duce was sitting on the stairs, and then that's when he read it, and then it was just like that's when it all started transforming. That's when it all came together.
Yeah. Yes.
That was a crazy dynamic.
I gotta tell this story, man. You know what I'm saying? Duce might not want me to tell the story because I know he's a different dude now.
He passed that, yeah.
But I gotta tell this story because this was life changing for me, man. So my people's own the bar on Bailey called Old Boys. You remember Old Boys?
Old Boys.
Yeah, Old Boys. That was my cousin Brian, and God bless his mom, Val. She transitioned not too long ago. But so that was my spot. That was my hangout as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was able to go there, you know what I'm saying, be 18. I wasn't old enough to drink, but I would get blasted there. You know what I mean? Go there, hang out. But it was the location for the Bailey boys would come here and hang. You know what I'm saying? So all the
BSP.
All the Bailey legends come in. So this one night, I don't know why it was. I remember there's a nigga from Bailey. A nigga from Delavan. Said something to one of them Bailey niggas, man. And I don't know what he said, but they took this nigga outside, fam. And all I remember, the nigga was a regular human before the fight. After the fight was over, he looked like a zombie, man. My nigga, listen, patches of hair was missing out this nigga's head.
Yeah.
They kicked. I've never seen somebody get beat up this bad ever in life. I done been around, man. I done
Right.
seen cats get beat up, man. But this right here, the beat down and the amount of Timberlands, Air Force Ones, and Jordans this nigga felt that night. I've never seen nothing like this in my life, man. I mean, the nigga's edge up was gone when he
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Patches of skin, hair, everything was off this nigga. I said, yo, I don't know what he said, but that's when I knew these ain't them,
Yeah.
these ain't them dudes you want to mess with. And Duce was like the lead dude putting them feet in
Back then,
hands.
if you had a problem with one person, all 15 of them was about to get
they was
you.
like bees, man. You was getting swerved
Yeah.
on.
You was getting stumped. You was getting stumped.
Deuce always had a glow. He lived many different lives all in this one life.
Yeah.
And all of that, the person who he is today is who he's supposed to be.
Exactly.
But God had to take him through that.
Yeah.
He had to go through the storm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He had to
Like,
be molded.
Yeah, and
Word.
you know, you get survivor's remorse and all of that. You think, you know, keeping it real to the point where you not even loyal to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And
it's an amazing transition, you know what I'm saying, to see who he is today compared to, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know what I mean? It's dope. You know what I'm saying?
proud of
It's
him. I'm
amazing.
proud
Man.
of
It's
him.
dope. It's dope. It's dope. what y'all
It was
doing,
his
too.
journey, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And for even, you know, believing in me and rocking with me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, still sharp and still, but, you know, he was a somebody. I was a mirror.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Who was
right.
trying to do something. So, just me having that tag and then us building that relationship, and it's just been perfect.
And like we was talking, you know, off camera, I want to bring this back up. Like I said, you know, I really admire the fact that y'all been able to stay together.
It's been a storm.
Yeah, because me and we talk about, like, I ain't gonna name no names, but we just had a situation where, you know, we thought we was about to form something, and you know, it's looking like that's about to go awry with somebody that I thought was gonna be cool and join forces with. And I'm starting to realize that just everybody's just not built the way you built, and everybody don't see things the way you see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that we at this age and we still can't just communicate and just make things happen, man. But just talk about some of the, you know, saying the ups and downs if you can, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, some of the pitfalls and things that y'all have endured on your journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Learning the process. When you come into the game and you don't know, you're not a professional.
Right.
Everything is, you know, we was trying to be We Are the World and save the, you know how everybody was saying, I put on for my city.
Mm-hmm.
So you working with a bunch of people who's non-professionals. We was not even professionals.
Right.
So it makes things heavier with family, friends, and associates because we trying to learn the game and people perceiving us as it's already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Holding ourselves accountable, having people switch up on us.
Yeah.
You know, that was the hardest thing. The reason why me and Duce, we communicate a lot. You know, it's conversations almost every day. And you know, if I'm wrong about something, I'm holding myself accountable. If he's wrong about something, he holding himself accountable. We always looking at what's the next thing that we can do. Why are we still stuck in this position? How do we advance? Well, I just happen to be a perfectionist because of how I grew up.
Right.
So I always got something to prove, but not even to other people, more so
yourself.
to myself.
Yeah.
So if it don't feel good in here, everybody else might be like, yo, no, that's perfect. I used to be that way with my verses too. Like, yo, let me write it again.
I remember how you was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I wanted to body everybody on the track.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
I think you did.
I would, yeah, listen, I would write a mock verse, and I'm going to get back to it. Rap it, let everybody rap their stuff. Because I was the engineer too.
Right.
Take it back home, erase that verse, and write based off the energy and finish them all.
That's dope,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? But yeah, it was tough too because, like, you know, life was lifing. So I had different things going on. Duce had different things going on. He had, you know, his mom's passed away. His nephew passed away. My daughter had to get open heart surgery.
Wow.
So we both had a whole bunch of real life things happening.
Yeah.
Then you trying to make a way.
Right.
You know, we both had significant others, and you know, And it's hard to get people to believe in your vision when you spending so much time, and it's a sacrifice. You're taking away time from the kids and stuff like that. So it's just looking like you just out here with a pipe dream, just chasing.
Yeah.
And I know to the women, it always seemed like, only thing it's doing is attracting the women. And you get to be in the lights and look at me, but our passion was different.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it come from God, because for how he lived back in the day to how he living now, it's like God is behind that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then the same thing with me. I could have took it some way, but
yeah,
we stayed true to the game.
Yeah, we all had that fork in the road where we could have went this way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all.
And the pressures be too. You still got that same potential energy in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where somebody will say something to you, and it's just because I'm the person who I am today, don't mean I can't go back to that.
Right.
Just within the drop of a dime.
Right. Don't have me put that jacket on.
It's still there. It's just somewhere dormant.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. It's dope, man. It's dope. Cause it's like when you was talking about Duce, it reminded me so much of me and Mac, relationship. Me and him, we've been rocking since we was like 7 years old.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? And through all, my journey with music and everything else, he's always been there. You know what I'm saying? Helping manage the situation and, just being there for me, you know what I'm saying? And, it's important to have a tight, especially with the core, you know what I'm saying? It be tight like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, I tell him this all the time, and he tell me the same. I couldn't have did pretty much nothing. I did successfully in music and stuff like that without him. To have that support, because he was championing me and pushing for me when, man, wasn't nobody pushing for me. You know what I'm saying? He saw early in me. You know what I'm saying? And it's important. Like when Duce saw it in you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's important to have that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's real dope, man.
Yeah.
I really admire that, man.
And we need, because a lot of people be like, yo, I'm just going to try to do it on my own.
Right.
You can't.
Nah.
You can't.
Yeah. You can't.
And it just like in relationships, you got to find that soulmate relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those soulmate relationships, it's going to be a yes man that's going to tell you anything, because they're not going to help you to get better.
Right.
So if it was friction between y'all, between like me and Duce, we didn't really have friction, but we might have had creative disagreements.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to have that extra person.
Oh, absolutely.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
That's a fact.
Jordan would have did it. He wouldn't have did it without Scottie Pippen.
Nah.
But Michael Jordan is still Michael Jordan.
Me and him, we go at it all the time about the Mike.
What, he a LeBron?
I'm a LeBron.
Oh, you LeBron?
I'm LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see that, how he dunked on him when he was in high school?
Yeah,
that they playing them clips?
Come on, man. It's the king, man. It's all about the king. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, God.
Huh?
You talking about God?
Him first.
Thank you.
Him first.
That's
but
the
it's
only
that
king.
it's
That's
that
the
nappy,
only king.
it's that nappy headed Afro
the
kid
only
from
king.
Akron, though.
It's the only
LeBron Ramon James. Say it with
Oh
me.
my goodness.
When's his birthday? When's his birthday?
Don't worry about all that.
No, when's his birthday?
Trying to be funny. Ramon, I'm just telling you his middle name, man. Say his name. Put some respect on it, man.
Stop it, man.
All right, so let me ask you this: what is the vision for AK Reed, Duce, and what does it look like now for you? Like, what's the vision now? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. Well, right now, just like how things changed up in the music, where it was getting crowded.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a lot of people who they know how to make movies.
Yeah. Right.
Just because you know how to make a movie, don't mean you know how to make a movie.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
So, but again, if your title is next to my title, it's the marketing that's gonna make who watch who.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole nother side of the game, is the marketing. But basically, we don't want to kick in no more doors and get on the ground. We don't want to do that no more.
Right.
Although we about to shoot a big street movie that's gonna be crazy with something that was already written.
Okay.
Called Merciless. We like the route we going right now. People receptive to intrusive.
Right.
And I think that's where we want to stay. And do more inspirational movies. Where it really touch the people's souls and touch on topics that's taboo that people ain't talking about, but that's real.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's where we at next.
That's dope.
Man, I gotta say, man, like, I give you your flowers, man, because like, from you doing bartenders, not having a clue of how any of this work.
Mm-mm.
You stayed down, you created, you learned, you've educated yourself. It was self-taught. Like I remember I used to ask you questions. You're like, man, I go on YouTube. I just do a lot of research and I do a lot of, because I remember I bought cameras because, I'm
I
like, man,
remember
you know
that.
what? I want to do this, but I want to do it myself. But I can't be the producer, the actor, the director. Like I can't do it all because I felt like, dealing with certain people who did want to do the work, people fall by the wayside. People not as serious. People
Right.
not as hungry. People's not as determined. So I'm just like, man, I'm gonna just do this on my own. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna do all that. But then it got to the point to where I'm overloading myself to where
Spreading yourself thin.
I got discouraged because I'm like, ain't none of this coming together how I want it to come together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I took a back seat and I was like, man, I'm done with this. I don't care nothing about it no more.
Yeah.
I'm saying just be a regular person, do what I do, run my business, and just be successful in that manner.
Right. The same thing I tried to do.
But
When it's in you, it's in you.
it's in you. When God planted in you, and it's your purpose,
Can't shake it.
it's gonna happen organically.
It's gonna happen organically.
People was coming to me with scripts like, yo, I need you to manage me. I need your help. I need this and I need that. And I'm getting a team of people coming towards me. And I'm just like, God, what is you saying to me? You know what I mean? So he told me exactly everything that I was doing, as far as cutting hair, as far as being an actor, as far as doing the entertainment, as far as, management, as far as doing film. That's my purpose right there. Nothing else on the outside of that. And I can empower people. I can talk to people. I can help people. I can encourage people. I can work with people. And that's just it.
And you always been cool, man. Listen, you was one of those people that I always rated like, yo, if we get Mackie on set, he gonna know his lines. He gonna come professional. He ain't gonna complain. He gonna be on time. He gonna be punctual. You was one of the people who never gave us a issue. Never.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was calling, yo, what was it? Hunger Pains?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to start putting some of those clips up too.
Appreciate it.
But even with that, you killed that. And the movies be a blur. We kind of get past it. Like once I'm finished with a movie, I can't watch it.
That's how it is with me with music.
I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. It's like on to
At
the next
all.
thing. It's on to the
I'm
next
different
thing.
in that
Yeah.
set. Because like when I watch it, like I know when I revert back, when we was on set, we was doing certain scenes, he'd be like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I feel like we need another take.
Right.
But you're like, no, that's good. But I'm a perfectionist in that way. When you saw
That's a fact.
perfection, but I'm like, I can do better.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So then when I watch the movie, I'm like, yeah, that was good. I'm like, I could have did better. But it motivates me to moving forward to always enhance and give a better performance than I did in the last one, regardless of what the script is. Because, people still come to me and seeing stuff and like, oh man, you was in that movie, you did this and you did that. And I appreciate it because it's like, I need to work harder to keep building that impact with people. You know what I mean? So, I was always been a perfectionist. I'm still gonna be a perfectionist.
That
you know
the favorite scene that you did that I liked was that rooftop scene in Pure. That rooftop scene. You were serious about it. Oh man.
I need that so I can promote that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that up. I got you.
You know, the crazy thing is when I think back to it, it caught everybody off guard because that wasn't part of the script. And when Duce said that, I just stepped up to the plate like, who you call a little nigga? That's that little word again. You know what I mean? So it was just like, and the scene was so dope with him and Stove. Shout out to Stove. Shout out to Duce.
That's a fact.
That scene was so dope. And then when it came to us, and it was cold out there too. I think it's probably like -3 degrees.
If it wasn't for that, remember that little vent, and it was like a little tower that had that vent that was blowing out heat.
Right.
It was the Super Bowl. That's what you said.
It
was the Super Bowl. It was out there filming
been
during the Super Bowl.
Yep, because we did it earlier in the day.
Yep.
And everybody had their furs on. I'm like, y'all didn't give me the memo. I'm like,
the memo of what?
We making money now because everybody had furs. So it's like, we was scavenger hustlers in the film, but then everybody showed up with furs. I had on my
leather, right?
Nah, I had on my wide open entertainment jacket, my custom made jacket. And I'm
Oh,
like, I had a
okay.
scarf on underneath it and sweatsuit and some boots. I'm like, man, I
Yeah.
ought to roll my fur. Like,
Yeah.
man, y'all ain't telling me
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
was splurging.
No, no. You know what that was? That was, Fonz. That's who he was.
Right.
He was that before
Man, way
the
before,
movie.
man.
But my thing is, I love Fonz, but Fonz would do stuff to try to outdo everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm like, yo, you couldn't tell nobody? Oh man, you know. I'm like, okay. I'm about to go off script on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was cool, man. Like all of those experiences with different people. Cause I met a lot of people who I didn't know on set,
Right.
when we was filming and stuff like that, man. It was pretty cool. It was a dope camaraderie with different people and different elements of life with people, and people came from all different walks.
It's a fact.
And it was just dope because I met Fonz like right when he came out of incarceration, and he's doing the music, and then we had a couple conversations where he was like, "Yo, one day we gonna work together because I want you to do the documentary with me." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay, cool." I'm like, "Man, where'd that come from?"
Where is that at? Where is that footage? Remember that footage?
Yeah,
Is it like on YouTube or something?
I think it is on YouTube. The last time I saw it, it was on YouTube because I remember he used to post it all the time, and because I thought you had some, but then he was doing a lot of shooting even with Pure that I thought was gonna be in Pure,
Right.
but I'm like, I was confused.
None of the scenes made the cut.
I was confused.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He just, again, for what I do, it's not easy to do.
Right.
You could point the cameras and shoot, but to give it that thing that's gonna
Right.
mesh with everything else is it's gonna be hard.
This is what I wanted to say to you. You've done the dopest trailers.
Yeah.
Intriguing. To draw people in to want to see the film. Like, I see a lot of trailers and it's like, but a lot of times when you see the trailer, that be the hype of the film.
Mm-hmm.
You give just bits and pieces to whereas that's just a margin
Right.
of how good it's going to be.
Right.
But with your editing game, dope, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Salute to that because it's like, that's not easy. I remember I had you and Duce on a set with me when I was filming a movie.
I remember that.
And the guy, he wasn't supposed to edit it. I was supposed to have this white guy edit it, but he wanted to edit it because he shot it. And when he shot it, and I was like, yo, bring me the trailer. You know what I'm saying? So he showed me 2 trailers and they sucked. It was all over the place. It didn't tell a story because the trailer is supposed to tell a story.
Right.
It didn't tell a story. And he didn't understand where I was coming from. And I was like, see, this is why you wasn't supposed to edit it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, it just all went wrong. The film never came out. I never got the footage. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting hot all over again, but, it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
And let me just say something about that. Just touch on that. People will fool you with the presentation. Because of
Absolutely.
the presentation until you see the actual presentation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the business could be a presentation. Oh, and you see the nice little font and you go into that business and you're like, what in the world? So people get you with the movie covers. You know how many movies I done clicked on? And the presentation of it, just seeing the movie cover or just seeing who in it, you think that it's going to be something good, but it's not.
Right.
And it's a lot of people in the game right now. Again, a lot of times we don't focus all the way on marketing and presentation.
Right.
However, we about to start doing it now.
I do.
Right.
Yeah. But see, that's why you need partners.
Right.
You need people because guess what? I can't be creative and this and that and still, having a partner is better because you don't have to pay for everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because so for what I can do, that's the job of like 7 people.
Right.
Yeah.
Color grade, every piece of music you heard in there, that was all me. Put the stuff together, got the people to do this and the cinematic music, you know what I mean? Like everything for post-production.
Right.
When a director come and do it and they hand it off.
Tell you what, as a director and as a producer, I salute you for the acting. Like I've seen your acting growth.
Yeah,
man. Duce made me do that, man. I ain't
You
want to.
did
I
your-
was trying to get
Nah,
young jock,
nah.
to do it, but I appreciate that.
Man.
Thank
You
you.
did your thing. You
bro,
did your thing,
like-
for sure.
Like you have always been artistic with the look of a scene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you just know the facial expressions, you know where to look, and it just feels so authentic. It's not like overdone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, man, it come together dope. And you know, to piggyback off of what you were saying, far as like marketing and promotion with everybody, the trying to put out a movie that look good. You know, when I watch Tubi movies, when I watch Amazon Prime movies, if I turn the movie on, the title look good, you know, the caption look good, and when I play it and the audio is off, I'm done. I can't watch it. If the wording is crooked, I can't watch it. If I'm hearing wind in the background, I'm like, I just can't watch the movie because it's just the quality of a movie. A lot of times people just want to put out, you know, multiple movies, but if you're not growing from the first one and you still making the same mistakes, all your movies is gonna suck.
Yeah. So let me just, man, let's deal with the elephant in the room, man. Is it gonna be another Pure, man?
Yo, everybody always say that.
Is it gonna be another one, man? Let's get to it, man.
Another Pure. Y'all want another Pure?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna talk to Duce about that.
Could it be another one? You think it could be another one?
It's a possibility.
Okay.
Everything is a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah. I promise.
So listen, right? I think like this. There should be a collab with Rock the Writer, Todd Lamar, Hollywood Mac, A.K. Reed, Duce King Productions with a series.
We got one, man. We got one we want to show you too, man.
What, it's shot or just like
just
the script?
The script, yeah.
Okay.
I want to present the script to you, man.
Because I'm gonna tell you something.
What type of movie is it? I mean, what type of series is it?
It's
the genre.
It's
an inspirational.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a film about a sports agent. You know what I mean? And you know, he grew up as an orphan, and he became successful. You know, that's just bits and pieces of it right there.
Okay,
it's deep though. It's deep. It's mad layers.
We'll talk about it, man. You know, get in the studio.
But I'm gonna tell you something.
A good chance for me to get back in the studio with Rock, and
there you go.
We show these young boys how to really do it.
I'm gonna tell you, the problem is, bro, like I've dealt with so many different productions and different people that just don't fall in line, and I can't move forward if it just ain't right. I just can't do it.
The energy got to be right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of times it fall on me because I'm producing it. I'm putting everything together. I'm putting everybody together. And then when it fall apart, it fall on me. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
why do you think that is though? 'Cause I know why it is.
I look at it like this. I'm kind of lenient. I give too many people opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? But I know what I need, and I have to deal with only certain people. And it has to be patience. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, I'm just going to speak for myself, that if a person is available and they say that they can do something, I give them an opportunity without me seeing what they already done. And then, you know, they'll talk the talk, but can't walk the walk. For example, the last series, I had spoke on you about it. I had a guy come to me and say, what you need? I gave him the script. He read it. He said, oh, this dope. What you need? I said, I need investors. He said, okay, cool. I got that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I said, you want me to bring more investors in? You want help? You want me to bring 5 investors in? He's like, I got it. I don't need no investors. I'm the investor.
Big dog talk.
I'm the investor. So when it came down to it and we was ready to shoot, had the dates, had everything done, auditions done, everything is ready to go. The producers had a 10-person production team, everybody ready to go. And the last meeting was to secure the money, and he didn't show up for the meeting. And I sat there for an hour.
So wait a minute. Y'all had already budgeted everything out, right?
Everything.
And everybody was gonna get paid, and so that was the last thing y'all was waiting on.
Yes. Yep. So, you know, the original budget, we had about 30,000 over that was gonna be covered, and he was like, no, I got it. Let's do it. He said, because everybody got to get paid. So let's do it. And let's just have that just in case we do go over. So I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, we had 4 conversations. I said, if you still need me to get more investors, I can do that. No, we good. We don't need all these hands in it. I got it. I said, oh, okay, cool. So when it came down to that last meeting to secure the money, You know what I'm saying? The money was going to go into an escrow account to whereas it can be accounted for. The producer who was going to run the set, everything was going to be that way so the checks can get cut, so everything can be proper, so everything can be professional. He didn't show up. So I told the producer, don't even come. I'm going to go to the meeting. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to see if he show up. So I stayed there for an hour. And then I knew how to find him. He didn't answer his phone. He didn't answer his text or nothing. So he had a business. So I went over to his business. And, his nephew run his business. He's like, oh, what's going on, fam? I'm like, what's happening? He said, you looking for Unc? I said, yeah, I'm looking for Unc. I said, call him and don't tell him you looking for me because he had to talk to him about other business anyway. So he FaceTimed him, answered the phone, first ring. Nephew, everything good? Yeah, what you call it? Just stop by. He said this, he said that. Oh, okay, cool. Everything goes good? Yeah, hold on. Boom, what's up? Oh man, what's up, Hollywood, Mac? Bro, don't do that. Don't smile at me, man.
You giving me a scene that I might implement in the movie, man, because that's hilarious, man.
I'm just like,
don't do that.
I was so upset. I'm like, don't do that. He was like, no, fam, we got to sit down and talk. I said, we supposed to talk 3 hours ago. I said, that's what we supposed to do. He was like, yo, I'm gonna give you a call in about an hour. Oh, okay, cool. So I went to this event over at the Oak Room. Shout out to Dennis Wilson. And he was giving away awards and stuff like that. And I had went to the jukebox. I put up to the jukebox.
Who at the jukebox, man?
I called homeboy. I said, yo, what's good, fam? I said, you told me you was going to call me in an hour. What's popping? He said, oh, man, my bad, man. I'm over here at the jukebox at a meeting. All right, cool. I hung up on him and walked.
Meeting at the jukebox?
Walked right in mid-conversation. What's up?
Somewhere drinking.
He's like, oh, fam, what's good? Yo, meet my man. Yeah, what's up? I'm like, listen. He said, yeah, man, we got to sit down and talk. I said, I'm listening. He said, oh, you want to talk now? I'm listening.
Yeah, you was pissed.
Yeah, so he's like, man, I know you upset, man. I said, I'm beyond. And I was like, the audacity. I said, you got me looking bad. I'm like, yo, I don't do that. I don't do business like that. Right. You know what I mean? So after that conversation, after that day, I ain't heard from him since. Don't talk to him. We not friends because friends don't do that.
Now, let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
Part of the confusion of things that happen when you ask me like, yo, what's some of the things that the trials and stuff that it's stuff like that, but it's not that in particular. It's the fact that you have to constantly be on people.
Right.
When you're dealing with people where you don't know,
right,
you have to be able to expect the unexpected.
Right.
So we had constantly call people like, yo, you're going to be ready today. You're going to be ready today. You're going to be ready tomorrow. Like constantly driving ourselves crazy because people will have the potential to mess your whole. If one person wouldn't have showed up on set, let's just say you didn't show up as Stone and Pure and everybody met at 12. We finished. So what we do, we not going to Duce is somewhere calling you that night before.
Right.
And then he calling you about 7 o'clock in the morning. And then he calling you again to make sure. And that's some of the things that would drive us crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's more stuff like that, but because you just don't know what you're going to get.
Not at all. The main disappointing thing about that situation was I dealt with him in the music game. And everywhere we had to be, he was there. We was in Miami. We was in Toronto. We had to go to anywhere we had to be, bro. He was there. He flew in. He took care of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Buffalo? He live in Buffalo?
He lived in Buffalo. He lived in Cali. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm familiar. So it was just like, okay, I know that he's gonna come through because he's always came through. He always, yo, Mac, you good? You know what I'm saying? He put things on the table. We had big meetings. You know what I'm saying? One of my artists, we supposed to go on tour with, Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? And we had the big meeting in Miami with that. But the label dropped the ball. It wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, we did everything that we were supposed to do, but he always came through. That was the first time he didn't come through. And that was just so disappointing. And the disappointing thing was because I didn't come to him. He came to me.
Right.
He offered. You know what I'm saying?
Too, it's how he did it. It's how he handled it. And I told you from like when he first was coming around, I'm like, yo, dude just got a scumbag type of vibe to him. It's just I'm real good at reading people. And I've been in this music game a long time. I've, seen the highs and seen the lows. I've been multiple deals, situations, so a scumbag.
Yeah.
You just know the character. You know how they carry themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was telling him, I'm like, yo, I just don't, homie just seem a little he just seemed flaky, man. He just seemed like
Yeah.
a flaky dude. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, flake master. You know what I'm saying? And
Flake
this is my
master.
thing. Why front? If you ain't got it, homie, why front act like you do? Because at one, is there gonna come a time where you're gonna have to bring it, and you're gonna look crazy, like you did. You know what I'm saying? You saying you got all this money, you can do this and do that. So there's gonna come a day. What happens when you got to put it on the table, and then you just don't show up for the meeting? You just don't say nothing. That's just wild. But that's, I ain't gonna lie. I hate to say it, but it happens a lot, especially here. You know, dealing with people like it's just it's like a culture of dirt bags and liars and just I call them Hummer stunners, man. Just stunt for no reason. It's like, yo, if you got it, cool. If you don't, my guy, that's still cool. But don't act like you got it when you don't.
And then on the flip side, you could be in the other shoe, just like the little situation with Jeezy that just happened.
Mhm.
You could put the money up, and the artist or the team can take that money, and now you calling, yo, where you at? And you put the money up. So it's like both ways it go. You got to do your homework, your investigation, and you got to just.
Well, we got like 5 minutes left, man. So I just want to ask you this one last question, man, and get up out. What was, I call this the 4K moment? What was that moment when everything clicked with you and you knew, like, okay, this is it. This is what I supposed to be doing. This is what I need to be doing. Was it a scene? Was it a particular movie? Was it a script? What was that moment you said, okay, this is it?
I think it was Conflicted. When we shot Conflicted, I was so confident in my ability and the fact that I knew that I wanted to learn more, and I knew I had a crazy thirst. I was Kobe Bryant in the gym.
Mhm.
It was fun for me to get the information. But once I seen that I started getting better, and we was able to get those certain elements, I just knew that the sky is the limit. I just knew that. I'm like, okay, we about to make this thing happen. So, and it coming from a city like Buffalo, New York, man, it's like one of the toughest places to do film.
Right.
So, I know it'd be a lot of talk about, yo, why did they go down to Atlanta and they start doing stuff in Atlanta? That's where the market is.
Correct.
So here you got a bunch of people that's unprofessional, or people who want to do it, but they don't have enough passion. That's probably why you dealt with what you dealt with.
Yeah.
Instead of, we don't know who's the professionals. It's markets of people down there who's all professional, who does
Black
that.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Then you got the entitlement. You got the people who be mad at you, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't even. As soon as you put your head up, I got family members that be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, you gotta choose yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
All right, man. This was. We gotta do a part 2.
We gotta do a part 2.
And I ain't gonna lie, man. We gotta get Duce, man. We gotta get Duce here, man. Sit down and talk with us.
I'm gonna call Duce today,
you know
man.
What I mean, I think that'll
see
be
what
dope.
Duce is doing, man.
He'd be down if he come back here.
Yeah, like always, you can find me tylerlamar.com. New album is coming March 26th. Ballads for the Kingdom 2. If you know me, you already know what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? You're having a listening party for it. Details will be soon to come. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I got going on, Mac.
Okay, give all your tags where they can find you.
Man, y'all can find me on everything. AK Reed Films, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And watch the new movie Intrusive that's on Tubi. That thing is going crazy right now. And man, I thank y'all for having me on the Vision Podcast. This was dope.
It's a pleasure for you, man.
Thanks for coming.
I asked for this, man. I was asking, man. I was like, we got to get in here, Mac.
Man, I appreciate it.
I'm glad you came through, man.
And it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. Mr. Hollywood Mac _ on Instagram, The Vision Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, share. The Vision Podcast on TikTok. Hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, sir.
Trust and believe. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Salute.
Yeah.